Hi Taurus, welcome to How I Love Tarot. This is your May 2022 weekly reading. I'm in the middle of pulling your oracle cards, then I will pull your tarot cards and we'll take look at the week for you. Thank you, Spirit. That's too many. Can I just have one, Spirit? One more? Thank you. What's going on with Taurus? What will help them, inspire them, motivate them, give them the information that they need to help and guide them in this reading, Spirit? Can I have the present position for Taurus, please? Now, Taurus, I've already pre-shuffled these cards. Thank you. Page of Swords in the reverse. Page of Cups in the upright position. Death card in the upright position. Can I have one more for the present position? No? Okay, thank you. Can I have the Strength, please? For those of you that subscribe, thank you so much. It really does help the channel. There are about 600,000 videos being released every day, or I think it's every hour on YouTube. So unless you subscribe, watch the videos all the way through and leave a comment and like the video, the channel doesn't get placed anywhere. So thank you to everybody that does that. It really does help. We've got in the Strength, we've got the Page of Coins, the Knight of Wands. What else? Oops. Wow. Taurus. Queen of Wands, King of Wands, and the Queen of Wands in the Strength position, and the Three of Cups in the reverse. What's going on with you, Taurus? Can I have the challenge, please? Wow. Thank you. Taurus. The Queen of Coins and the Three of Swords. You want it the other way around? You want them together? Thank you, Spirit. Can I have the what's good in the outcome? What will help Taurus? What do they need to know? We've got the Ten of Cups right here in the outcome. Taurus, give me 1 minute. Let me just move this camera a tiny bit closer. You're not going to be able to see the row over here, but I'll go ahead and show it to you when I get there. What's good in the outcome? Sun card. And what's good in the outcome, Spirit? Five of Swords in the reverse. Can you clarify Five of Swords in reverse? Thank you. Ooh. Can I then have one more card, please? Thank you. Excellent. All right, Taurus. This is what's going on. Now, time is fluid, so what I need you to understand is that this present position right here in this row is meant to validate that this is your reading. So if you have never seen me before, I'm a little bit different than the other tarot readers because I'm a psychic and a medium, in that whenever you're doing a reading, you need to, the person that's looking at it needs to understand whether it's their reading or not. Not all readings are going to apply to you. So the way to know it is the present position. So that means whatever is going on in this row should resonate with you. If it doesn't, don't bother looking at the rest of the video. Put the video in a playlist, come back at the end of the month or even at the beginning of the next month and look at the present position then. If at that point the present position doesn't make sense to you, the likelihood is this is not your reading. Now, Spirit, can you bring forward what's going on in the Page of Swords, the Page of Cups, and the Death card for Taurus, please? What is going on here? Why are these cards here? What will validate this reading for Taurus? Taurus, it feels like there are things here going on in your life that make you, God, the word just, the sentence, make you feel like a fool just came out. And so it's making you feel out of control, a little naive, and that's not who you are or what you are. So there's some situations here that have come to pass recently that have thrown you off your game, thrown you out of your particular comfort zone. It does feel like it is coming to a close, though. I can feel this in this energy. So it may not have come to a close by the time you look at this reading, but I do feel this energy that it's going to come to a close. Now, this is affecting somebody else. This is affecting the people around you as well. So it could be the other way round, in that something is going on with someone else and it's affecting you. Or in most situations, it feels like there's something going on with you, and by virtue of it going on with you, it's having an effect on the people that you love, meaning that you're having to make decisions that will supersede kind of anything that they want. It's out of your control, basically. And so it feels like you've been thrown into a bit of a turmoil here in the present position, as you make very, very kind of Spirit just said night and day decisions. Now, in the Death card, whatever this is changing you. It's changing your outlook on everything. It's changing what it is that you feel like you want in your life, or how you want to go about things. It's not like you haven't been in this situation before for some of you. It is a situation that creates a shift of consciousness within you, but it's also a situation, even though you may have gone through something similar in the past, it's the kind of situation that you think you're prepared for, but then for some of you, you're meeting mortality, right? Meaning that there may have been an illness or a situation, it could be a loved one or you, where you're meeting your own mortality, like you're given a diagnosis that is has an effect on you, and you have to put your affairs in order. That's what Spirit is just making me feel here now with the Oracle card, details. So what you're doing is putting your affairs in order, or helping somebody else put theirs in order, and whatever it's either happening to you or them, take it as it resonates. But it is something that you're having to do and think about. And I feel this situation is not your first go around, it's not your first rodeo, but there's something about this particular situation that has really brought out a very I feel like Spirit is showing me, like, in the old fashioned days, but like hundreds of years ago in England, the castle is surrounded by a moat, which means water, and then there's a drawbridge. And when the castle is under threat, the drawbridge goes down, and the moat, the water around it, is meant to protect anybody, stop anybody from getting into that castle. And that's what it feels like with you. This situation caused you to bring up the drawbridge, close down the castle, and not let anybody in. And as you did that, you sorted out some very important things in your life that it created a lot of clarity in regards to the choices that you need to make in your life. So this is a very powerful thing that you're going through right now in regards to which direction you're going to go in your life. So this is transforming the way, at least for some of you, it was temporary. It was a temporary transformation, and everything that you were doing in a certain way, you stopped doing it, and you started to act as if you really went into survival mode over here, is what it feels like. Now, in the Strength position, we have the Page of Coins, we have the Knight of Wands, we have the Queen of Wands, it's crazy, coming out, and we have the Three of Cups coming out. for you in the strength position. So it feels like here you're taking care of, if there are children, grandchildren, loved ones, it feels like you are taking care of them in the strength position. You're not a selfish sign, Taurus, and that is very evident in your strength position. You are going to put the ones that you love first, and you are going to, even though they may not feel it from you, it's kind of like this unspoken thing with you where you take care of those that need taken care of before you would ever take care of yourself. And so this is showing up in the energy that in your strength position, as you were sorting out things, you had to prioritize the needs of others first, because it's kind of the way that you are. And it feels like there's some unhappiness there with them. It feels like they're not happy about some of the choices that you made, only because they're not understanding the full details of what's going on. That you're only telling them kind of on a need to know basis. And so for that could mean, because some of them, it could be children, right? You will never tell children everything, unless you're the kind of parent that tells children everything. But for the most part, depending on their maturity level, you can't tell a child everything because it will frighten them, and they don't have enough life experience to put it into context. So for some of you, it's children. Spirit is making me feel here also that for some of you, there is a partnership, that it is the other person, that the other person is, it's new or newish in the beginning of kind of stages in regards to that person. And so even though the person is very giving and open and wants to know and is supportive of you, you don't feel like they're capable of giving you the strength that you need, or at least you want to protect them. There's a feeling of protection here. So that is in your strength position. What's coming out though, is who there is this energy here of partnership, right? So for some of you, we've got the person in your life kind of coming forward and saying, you know, listen, Taurus, I know that you're independent. I know that you are extremely savvy. I know that you can do things on your own and you're quite capable. But if you're going to have me in your life, you need to understand that we're a team, and you need to stop playing games, and you need to stop acting like you're the king of the castle, and that whatever you do doesn't affect me. So there's that kind of dynamic going on where this Queen of Wands is coming forward in the strength energy, saying, you're not the only, you don't have to do this on your own. We can figure it out together. And even though there is a sense that that has been happening, I feel like this person is really coming forward where they've been a little bit more passive and allowed you to take on a role of independence and leadership. I feel like they're coming forward saying, enough is enough. I'm capable of carrying the burden as well and sharing the burden with you. Now, for others of you that are not in a partnership, what this feels like is what this affected was a relationship, because we've got the Three of Cups in the reverse. So this could have been affecting somebody new coming into your life, because we have the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. There was a passionate endeavor here. There was a passionate experience here. And again, kind of reading it a little bit differently, because it's a different scenario for some of you, where it had nothing to do with a child being involved, but it was a brand new relationship. But then something happens, throws the whole thing off, and where you guys were having a good time and getting to know each other, it suddenly stops. And so what we have is this Queen of Wands in the strength position, kind of patiently waiting for their knight to come back. Right, because actually the way that this came out was like this. And so the knight is looking in one direction, so you're going in another direction, and the Queen of Wands, the Queen is oh, I said it was a king and a queen. It isn't. It's a knight and a king. Bloody hell, Taurus. It's a knight and a queen. So it doesn't matter. Basically, what's happening is a queen is always waiting for her knights to come in and to let her know how safe everything is. And so there is somebody waiting upon you to communicate with them, to bring in, to bridge the gap, because it feels like communication for some of you has been cut off. And so, but why is it sitting in the strength position? It's sitting there because you may feel that this person is out of your life, and they're not out of your life. They are patiently waiting for you to make to have communication with them. And there's not an expectation of fun. I need to make that clear too. This person is not expecting you to return and then for things to go back into a fun and kind of frivolous getting to know each other situation. This person is mature, so they're expecting you to come back and for new ground to be laid and just to understand what is happening. They don't really have any expectations other than communication, Taurus. That's what that feels like. There's no expectations of you. They're mature. They know that you've got to take care of business, especially if this is somebody that's not in your immediate family and this was a new relationship forming or developing. This is not the kind of person that would make demands of you and say, well, we need to carry on where we left off. That's not the kind of energy that this shows. There's a lot of compassion, energy, passion, maturity, insight, wisdom in this person. Now, the challenge is this person. The challenge is this person, we've got the 5 of coins right here. Now take this as, this is a general reading by the way, so take it as person, place or thing. So change up the role as needed, but right now I just need to focus on where my energy is going, but you change it up as you need to. It feels like this person to me, how they've been feeling is very left out in the cold. So the challenge is them, how they're feeling about you. They're feeling very left out in the cold. They're feeling on the outside looking in, meaning that you're not opening up and letting them in. They know, like maybe on a superficial level, what has happened or what's going on, but they feel a sense of abandonment here, and they get it. They understand why it's being done, but it doesn't mean that it didn't affect them. And so it doesn't affect how they feel about you, but just who they are as a person. It's kind of like they don't feel like you needed to shut them out, but at the same time, this person's extremely mature and understanding, and they understand that, you know, every person has to do what they need to do for themselves. But they've been in a situation where they've been shut out so many times that it's just a little bit triggering. So that's in the challenge position. And here we have their energy again. Now, Spirit wants me to also point out, for some of you, Spirit is making me feel that the situation has caused you to feel disconnected from someone, detached from someone, feeling left out in the cold from them, because there's a lot of logic going on here in decision making. And the flame, it feels like, is not burning as hot as it should be. And so this has affected maybe the dynamic in the relationship. And it feels like, Taurus, for some of you, you're worried about that too. So it's kind of happening on both sides. And here in the Queen of Wands, again, in the challenge position, what we have is this kind of end, right? So for some of you, there was an end to this new relationship, and it's showing up in the challenge position. It shows that the person is still there. The person is still thinking about you. And the person, there's both compassion and empathy here. There is, for some of you, there is a feeling in the challenge position of being thrown for a loop, not really, you know, being able to cope with the heartache that you've had to deal with, that is to do with this situation. And really just, you know, this person is here, right? They're here. And it's like you have to turn away from them because you don't want them to see how vulnerable you are. You don't want them to see how much this scares you or hurts you. And you are the kind of person, Taurus, that when you are dealing with something, you do withdraw inward. And so this person, in the challenged position, I feel like you don't know that they're there for you. I feel like some of you are so isolated and have shut down so much that you don't realize that your person is just waiting for you. I get this feeling of waiting constantly. This is what this feels like. In the outcome, we have the Ten of Cups. Now, again, Taurus, what you have to remember, for those of you who have not seen me, I am a psychic and a medium, and when I'm giving a reading, time is extremely fluid, even though I'm giving these weekly readings. So this outcome doesn't mean that it's going to apply to this week. Like I said with the present position, it doesn't even mean that this present position is this week. It could be something that has recently passed, or it could be something that's coming up, and then, you know, this domino effect of everything else. But I don't feel like this outcome, if I'm going to be truly honest, is this week. But this is the outcome over time. Ten of Cups, incredible harmony. Whatever the outcome to this is, whatever news you're waiting for, or whatever has thrown you off in all of this, what's going to happen is there's going to be a re-engagement with how things were. There's going to be stability. We got the Ten of Cups. We've got wish fulfillment here. So if this is some type of situation that has really changed the trajectory of your life, I do think things will stabilize and things will normalize for you. And I do see happiness in the home once again. That is followed quite strongly with the Sun card. And so this is the happiest card in the deck. So what we have here is pure happiness. And so where you've gone through this very dark time in your life, I do feel like things are going to switch up for you. And I do feel, again, I don't know if it's going to be this week. Don't really feel like it is, but I feel like the ultimate outcome here is happiness. I do feel like the ultimate outcome is this new lease on life, and taking the bull by the horns and not wasting another moment of your life. For some of you, I feel like there's going to be a career change. I feel like you're going to walk away from something. Spirit just made me feel that. I feel like, you know, when you have those near-death experience moments, or those where you're facing mortality, or, you know, somebody close to you passes away, and it just puts life into perspective. And there's this feeling of, even though you've gone through it before, there's a feeling of, you know what, life is short, I can't be doing this. And I feel like, you know, you've been playing it safe with something for a very long time, and you've always been on the edge of it, like, I don't want to be in this. And I feel for some of you, you make that move, and you step out of it completely, so you can have the freedom of the time to spend the time with the people that you want to spend it with, and to build the relationships, because you know they're not forever. You're not going to be around forever. And what's important is not the money. What's important is your freedom, is your time, is your energy, is your experiences with the people that you love. So that is a beautiful outcome here. Spirit, I now need to understand why you have the Five of Swords with the Devil card in the upright position in the outcome. Spirit makes me feel here that for some of you, the way you've been coping with this really difficult conflict, which has been both internal and external, is that you've been relying on maybe some behaviors that are not very healthy. And so for some of you, that may be, it could be anything from the extreme, right? It could be drinking, it could be drugs, it could be pills, it could be anything from that to self-sabotaging behaviors, right? Gaming all night long and all day long, just numbing behaviors. It could be isolation. It could be just ruminating thoughts and worrying obsessively, over worrying, being in your mind and not being able to make decisions, almost paralyzed by what is happening. And so I see that ending here. In this situation, I feel like this really does. I feel like you get good news, Taurus. I feel like you get good news. And again, I don't know if it's going to be this week, but I do feel like good news is coming your way. And all of this that feels like it's vulnerable and it's crumbling, or it's at risk for crumbling. I feel like at the end of the day that it just doesn't happen, and that all is restored. And again, and this is the outcome. It's the Six of Coins. And so I feel like balance is restored here. I feel like things go back to normal. And that when I say things go back to normal, I feel like you get good news. And I feel like what happens is you can start to make decisions that allow you to bring back balance into your life. So this threw you out of balance. For some of you, for quite some time, a spirit is making me feel mind, body, and spirit, that it affected you on that level. So balance is restored, and spirit makes me feel you will restore that balance, both within yourself, within the relationships around you, and in your environment. So this is a very, very strong outcome here that's coming out. It doesn't feel like it's a wishy-washy outcome, and it applies to some of you and not others. It feels so strong that no matter what you're going through, Taurus, that there is going to be a positive outcome in all of this. Here in the Oracle card, we have the Strength. And so you've been balancing two worlds. You've been balancing the world. You know, it feels like there's something outside of you that you're always constantly having to balance, always constantly having to keep into context, something that you're always it takes a lot of strength as you try and go in your own direction. It pulls you back into a place that you belong, a place that you can't let go of. So this takes a lot of strength. So it feels like you live in two worlds almost. And here in the sacred pool, we have the number 47, which in numerology is 11, which ultimately is the number 2, sacred pool. I do feel like a sacred relationship is returning here. I do feel like it's strengthening. I do feel like your spiritual wisdom has increased from this experience. I don't feel like you can maybe put it into context right now immediately, but I do feel the result of the outcome of this and what you've gone through right here is going to really add to who you are and where you are spiritually, whatever that means to you. For those of you that don't believe in spirituality or anything, it doesn't really matter. But it changes you for the better, and there's an incredible amount of strength and power. And you know, our horoscope sign is our greatest strength and our greatest weakness. And you are the bull, Taurus, as you well know. And you know, so when we are going through something as a horoscope sign, you know, it is the strength in us, which for you is a bull, becomes our greatest weakness, right? So you're extremely logical. So when you can't be logical, meaning you can't be in control of the decisions that are being made, but it's almost this external thing that's happening around you, you switch into the other side of the horoscope, which is, you know, what happens to a bull when it's weak, right? It is, it's rendered incapable. And so very, very powerless. And so what has been happening is that you felt out of control and very, very powerless in this situation. But what ends up happening ultimately is that you come back into the bull energy, very logical, very able and capable of making your own decisions. And I feel an extremely strong outcome for you. I feel like this is a new chapter of your life, Taurus. I do feel like a new beginning for you. Like I said, I'm not sure if it's, you know, this is something that feels like almost like a year reading, like a 2022 reading, something that started off in kind of like, I want to say even like the beginning of the year and is going, or even the end of last year, and is going all the way through to the end of this year. So there are some surprises coming up here for you. Spirit makes me feel here that there are new people coming into your life. There is this relationship here, for those of you that can take that. There's this relationship here where this person, you know, you only need to give this person the green light and they're right back in. They have a great amount of respect for you. And you know, you may be thinking about somebody right now during this reading, but Spirit makes me feel like you don't know, for some of you, you don't know who this person is. And you don't know how much you mean to this person. And so this person is the kind of person that they would lay their life on the line for you, as much as you would lay your life on the line for somebody that you loved. they don't have to be in love with you. So this could be like a friend. This could be somebody from the outside. This could be a friend that you feel like it's more of an acquaintance rather than one of your close friends. So this could be friendship. This could be, again, somebody new that you just met. But this is somebody that you don't realize is that they equal you in integrity. They equal your strength. They equal your wisdom. They equal your clarity, and they're not frivolous in nature. They are led by the truth within them, much like you are, Taurus. So you have a lot of things in common fundamentally and spiritually. Your lives might look completely different, but who they are as a human being is somebody that you have great respect for and admiration for. And also, I think one of the things that you don't realize here is how much respect and admiration they have for you. So there is somebody new, or this energy here that is old and new. That's what it feels like. It's very strange. I can't describe it. But still, it feels like new people are coming into your life. I feel like money is going to be good. I feel like money is coming into your life. For those of you that are single, I do feel like there's stability here, and I feel like your heart opens up to the possibility of a new relationship. I do see a lot of happiness. I do feel happiness within. And those of you that remain alone, I feel like you're happy within that mindset also. So this is a very positive outcome, Taurus, and I do feel good things are happening for you. So please, if you're not at the end of this kind of tumultuous road that you're on right now, hold your head up high, keep your head above water. It will be over soon, and you will be able to reclaim your life in the way that you want to. Taurus, I hope this helps. Thank you for joining me for the reading, and please join me for your next reading.